Today our topic is human neuroanatomy, that's called the brain and the spinal cord. So our topic is human neuroanatomy. Now what is human neuroanatomy? Human neuroanatomy is that part of anatomy which deals with the nervous system. And nervous system is supposed to be the masters of all system or the master system of the body which control these other activities of the other system like the locomotor system, gastrointestinal system and the GI tract system. Now this the neuroanatomy portion is divided into two parts. One is topographical classification, one is functional classification. So first we'll go to the topographical classification. So topographically it is to be divided into two parts. One is central nervous system and one is peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system is the brain and the spinal cord. And peripheral nervous system is the peripheral nerves, that means the spinal nerves which will come out from the spinal cord to reach to the target organ. So it is the topographical classification having the central nervous system, peripheral nervous system. So let us draw the diagram. This is the central nervous system. This portion is called the central nervous system and this portion is called the peripheral nervous system. This is your brain and this is your spinal cord. Now the brain has got three parts. You must be knowing by this time already. This knowledge tells forebrain, midbrain and the hindbrain. And there is one more thing that is with the spinal cord and in between spinal cord and the cerebrum, that is called cerebellum, which will control the motor activity of the body. And the spinal cord which comes out through the first cervical vertebra and reach to the up to the level of L1, L2 in case of adults and L3, L4 in case of children, that is the extent of the spinal cord. And then the spinal nerves will come as chorda equina and ultimately that is called the phylum terminally. So this is your the brain having the central nervous system and then having the cerebellum. This is your the brainstem, this is your the spinal cord. So up to this is your the central nervous system and then after the spinal cord this is your peripheral nervous system which are having these peripherally the spinal nerves that will reach to the target organ from the spinal cord. Okay, that is the topographical classification. Next topic, next classification is called the functional classification. So one is topographical and then there is a functional classification. So what is functional classification? The somatic autonomic nervous system and the autonomic nervous system. So what do you mean by that? Now how do you know the nervous system is acting in the body? You can't see the nervous system. Like the electricity, when you switch on the light, you see the light is on or the fan is on. So similarly, we see the nervous system is acting in the body by the contraction of the muscles and the secretion of the exocrine gland. Now in this respect, let me tell you, the secretion of the endocrine gland are under the control of the hormonal control. So it is the brain, that is nervous system controls mainly two things. One is contraction of the muscles and the secretion of the exocrine gland. The muscles are of two types. One is voluntary muscles, one is involuntary muscles. So somatic nervous system controls the contraction of the voluntary muscle. So voluntary muscle which you can move it. So they are the voluntary muscle which are under the control of somatic nervous system. And autonomic nervous system controls the contraction of the involuntary muscle and the secretions of the exocrine gland. So these are the two functions which are done by the autonomic nervous system. One is the contraction of the involuntary muscles, that muscles which are present on the viscera, that muscle which is present on the GI tract which will help in the peristalsis of the GI tract, that muscle which is present on the heart myocardium for the contraction of the heart. So those are controls of the involuntary muscle contractions. And the secretion of the glands, it can be solitary secretions like the salivary gland. It can be multiple secretion like the mucous gland of the GI tract, glands of the respiratory tracts. They are under the control of the secretion of the exocrine gland. So these two functions, that is the involuntary muscle contraction and the secretion, is under the control of autonomic nervous system, and the voluntary muscle contraction voluntarily move at your will, that is under the control of the somatic nervous system. So these are the functional classification and these are the topographical classification of the brain. Okay. Now let me tell you what are the centers of these functions. Centers of these functions. Somatic center is the brain and the spinal cord. So brain and spinal cord, they will control the somatic nervous system, and the autonomic nervous system under the control of hypothalamus. And from here the two things will go. One is called parasympathetic, that is 3rd, 7th, 9th and 10th cranial nerves. S2, S3, S4 segment, that is called pelvic splenic nerve. They are the center of the parasympathetic system, and sympathetic system in the sympathetic chain extending from T1 to L2. So these are the centers for the action. Somatic is the brain and the spinal cord, and the autonomic, it is by the hypothalamus by 2. One is sympathetic, one is parasympathetic. Sympathetic is centers of T1 to L2, and parasympathetic is the 4th cranial nerves, 3rd, 7th, 9th, 10th, and the pelvic splenic nerve, that is sacral, S2, S3, S4. So hypothalamus, one is parasympathetic, one is sympathetic. So sympathetic center is from T1 to L2 segment of spinal cord, and parasympathetic is the 3rd cranial nerve, 3rd, 7th, 9th and 10th cranial nerve, and pelvic splenic nerve. What is called pelvic splenic nerve, that is S2, 3 and 4. So these are the centers of parasympathetic system and centers of sympathetic system. Hope it is clear to you. ठीक है.